Hello, and yeah, I'm back from the Birmingham Open. I will do a separate kind of video around experience and everything else, and yeah, just kind of catching up on Warhammer Community. So we have the Necrons are now the kind of last one to be last one to be kind of showcased on the faction focus. Yeah, just going to go through them. We have kind of the return of Silver Tide as a theoretical one. Luckily this can't go with Dynasty, which I'm assuming Awakened will have, so that kind of stops that. Also with the changes to coherency, it is going to make it more difficult to use the Necron warriors in the same way they currently do, but they're still going to be able to do the same thing, but less wholly across the board. They'll still be very durable and annoying for some armies to deal with. So we have hypermotility protocols. Mortals and Necron warriors get assault. Yeah, it's okay. Can't foresee Necron warriors with the short range guns suddenly being, obscene. The immortals might be cute. Not seen them all edition, bar a few kind of like times towards the beginning, I think. Sustain 2 is nice with the Tesla carbine, but they already have assault, so it doesn't really make any difference. And then you have lethals on the Gorse Blaster, so still kind of cute. AP1 is going to be good in new edition, but it's with a 5 man, it's only 10 shots with lethal. And then when you have an immortal and Necron warrior, this is the good bit, that they can advance and then they are still eligible to shoot, or sorry, still eligible to start an action because they'll have assault anyway, so they would be eligible. So that kind of helps. You then have a multiple upgrade for the immortals, which you can give them rapid fire 1, which again is nice, I guess. Tesla carbine having 3 shots at half range with sustain 2 on a 10 man, 30 shots with sustain 2 for potentially 60 hits. Obviously it's probably not going to hit that many, but that's a lot of shots. A lot of shot potential. It depends on what you can kind of staple it to as another detachment and what that other benefits it brings. And then you have nano saturation, 1 CP. You can shoot back with snap shooting, which means it's basically hitting on 6s because it's Overwatch. So you can't use rerolls. So or fairly certain in snap shooting you can't use any rerolls. Definitely can't with Overwatch. So that is nice, but obviously if you had the Tesla carbine and they're at half range, 12 inches, then every hit is 3 hits. So it's going to be cute when it works, because if you're shooting back at a Riptide or kind of a Repex or something like that, it's not going to do an amazing amount of damage. But if someone decides to try and shoot you with some scouts or Drakari models and you're there within 24, you might spike and kill the unit. And then we have Sky Shroud Spearhead, which is Tomb Blade focused. They have Deep Strike, and when they're selected to shoot, if they came in via ingress, they get +1 to hit at range, which is, not bad. Again, it will come down to how much the unit costs. It depends on what else kind of links with. I think having access to advance and action is going to be really strong anyway, but you could come in with the Tesla carbines again with a twin link sustain 2 gun. Again, it's not a huge amount of shots. So they can have 4 shots each, which is 12 for potential sustain 2 each. Yeah, like hitting on 2s is kind of nice. Good way to clear out chaff if they're cheap. I mean, a 3-man is currently 75 points. 3 units of that dropping in. Yep. And you can give them assault on any destroyer cult mounted unit, which is quite good on some of the little destroyer platforms, especially the ones that have 1 billion shots. And then finally you have, for any Necron mounted unit, you have pseudo transhuman with -1 to wound if strength higher, so nice little bit of durability kind of buff for the models. Yeah, I think it has play, depending on what you can staple it to anything, obviously, so it will just be if you want 3 cheap units to kind of come in and deal with models. Not that Necrons lack deep strike cheap units currently with the single model destroyers, so I think possibly if you have a 2-point detachment, the Necron warrior one would be the one to add in, just for the immortals to be able to advance an action. And then we finally have the last one, which is the Pharaoh's Armory. Sure, we need to make the monolith and tesseract and obelisk great. So they have +6 movement. So every time they fly, which is going to make their ability to move around the table much better than it is now, because outside Hypercrypt they really struggled to go anywhere on current tables for a lot of different tournament setups. So there'll be +4 inch movement every time they fly, which is pretty big, or +6 generally. And then they have an enhancement for a Necron only. When this unit is selected to shoot, if it was set up with the Eternity Gate ability, lethal or sustained 1. Yep, I mean, it's not a bad one to kind of pop out with and shoot a lot of shots with destroyers or warriors. I mean, technically you could have, quite a few different things, but Technomancer with wraiths, but can't remember if they already have. I don't think they have sustained, but whether they're going to be as good with the kind of the changes, obviously remains to be seen. Just trying to find the destroyers, Locust Destroyer, and whether the Lord exists. Yeah, I mean, Gorse Cannon comes out with sustained lethal. It's not bad, but yeah, it's okay. And then finally, you can give AOC to one of the monolith obelisks and tesseract. So yeah, that's, AOC is kind of good. Obviously, it has now got the kind of staple in of it only lasts until the end of that attack, so that's not changing. AOC is not reverting back to what it was, which is good. And yeah, that's the last one. Yeah, they give you something extra if you are taking, for example, if Star Shatter is 2, no idea, then, if you're already taking the warriors, giving the extra bit to them is always going to be nice. I think it will just be something that gives a bit of utility to the army. And then the other main thing that obviously happened today was they announced the box set, which they had at the UK Gaming Expo. They actually had all the models built. They do look great in person. And yeah, so its pre-order is next Saturday, so expect the entire of the Warhammer website and multiple other kind of places to completely crash. Obviously just make sure you kind of check your time, and hopefully you'll be able to kind of grab yourself a box. And yeah, it then is kind of official release on the 20th of June, is in the other article that came out today, kind of with the cool video to kind of is worth watching. It's quite a cool little trailer with a lovely little massive ship coming through warp, and then I'm going to guess that at some point we're going to get new Dire Avenger maybe, but unknown. Yeah, so some really cool like little bits of artwork and other kind of things, the Tyranids, and then the poor Imperial Guard who, you know, get screwed. But yeah, officially, as kind of people have been rumouring for quite a while, it will be out on the 20th of June. So I imagine, other than obviously there has been leaked rules all over the place in French and translated, and God knows how accurate, and there are pages missing and all that sort of thing. Hopefully we'll have the full actual proper rules very soon that we can kind of start dissecting. Until we have points, obviously it's going to be quite difficult to judge, and it's whether we'll get anything about missions or anything like that before the actual box set comes out. But yeah, that's kind of the end of the faction focuses, and hopefully we'll be able to start creating some contents for the kind of how to play and guides, and you know, getting the most out of 11th edition in terms of being able to play the game and understand the rules. And yeah, I will do a separate video about my Warhammer experience across the weekend. I'm not going to do some kind of like in-depth tactical thing. I went 4-4, and yeah, turns out I don't like castle builds. I made some very silly mistakes in games, and yeah, kind of as with most things, if you haven't practiced something enough, if you don't know how to play a particular matchup, it really doesn't help. But yeah, main thing was I played against 8 lovely people, had you know, good games, good chats overall was the main thing, and had kind of some end of edition fun. The only thing I wish is I'd just taken something else as a list, was the only thing, and I'm so glad that Hidden Supplies doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, I will maybe do a little bit more about that soon, once I've kind of had a chance to think a bit more, because I'm absolutely shattered. And yeah, cheers.